the whole first 9 weeks, we talked about the major scale, but we only focused on 5 solfege syllables, do through so. And when we did dictation, we only did do through so. Obviously, a lot of you have sung a major scale in the past. I do it in your warm-up. We do the whole thing. Today, we are formally adding la, ti, and do to our assignment. So there's the button. Here we go. Can somebody read the review for me in the first paragraph? Callie?
The major scale is an organized series of 8 pitches based on the patterns full step, half step, full step, half step.
Awesome. The major scale follows those pitches. Can somebody read the next paragraph for me, please? Jelianis?
Pitches included in a given scale are called diatonic, while any pitches not found in a given scale are called non-diatonic. Non-diatonic notes will have sharps, flats, or natural signs on them. They are also not known as accidentals.
They're also known as accidentals. Awesome. Yeah, did you have some? Okay. Awesome. Everybody, please say with me. Diatonic, found in the scale. Go. Diatonic, found in the scale. Non-diatonic, not found in the scale.
Non-diatonic, not found in the scale.
Non-diatonic notes are accidentals, okay? Think of them, they're used kind of by accident, except we're going to listen to something that's going to show you they are not used by accident. So I came across this as a suggested video on my Facebook Reels or Instagram Reels, and it was totally relevant to what we were talking about. So why, we're going to listen to this and think, why might somebody use a pitch that is not found in the scale when they're writing music? Listen to what this guy has to say. Raise your hand if you've seen Moana. Woohoo! Okay, great. Here we go. All right, listen close. Once it loads.
From Moana, a much cooler song than
How
you may
far I'll
think.
go?
Why? Because the whole entire song is about one note, and I'm going to prove that to you right now. The note, C natural. Now we are in the key of E major, in which C natural does not naturally occur.
What? E major. Does anyone know off the top of their head, remember from our review, how many sharps E major has? Think about it. Oh, I should have asked, is it a sharp key or a flat key? It's a sharp key because it doesn't have flat in the name. This is most likely a sharp key. The last sharp is what, y'all? Which solfege? T. Thank you, Kaylee. Everybody, the last sharp is T, right? So if we're in the key of E, the last sharp is going to be one before that, which is what? One letter before E is D. Good. Okay. And then in our order of sharps, we've got F, C, G, then D. E, the key of E has 4 sharps. And what he was just saying was C does not occur naturally in E major. Here is the key for E major with my 4 sharps. Sorry. If I play a chord, it sounds really nice like this. Doesn't that sound kind of nice? Pentatonic scale. If I add C natural to that, if I take that C sharp out and I do this, it sounds like this. Does that sound more or less tense? Like, does that feel like that C natural is out of place? Yeah, that is a diatonic note or a non-diatonic note? Non-diatonic. It doesn't fit in that pattern that we've created. I mean, it can, but yeah. So you can hear it. Let's hear what else he has to say.
Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know, where I cannot go, where I long to be. There's that C natural, the place she cannot go, where she longs to be.
She can't go there, right? So we're going to use a note that does not, or a pitch that does not belong in the scale. You can't get to that note by playing an E major scale, which again sounds like this. You're not supposed to have a C natural in there. If you do, let's add it. It sticks out, right? Okay, let's see what else he has to say.
In a second, I can leave it proud, I can make us strong, I'll be satisfied if I play along with a voice inside. It's a different song, but it's wrong with me, wrong with me. There's that C natural again on the word wrong.
Because it sounds Wrong, right? Music is easy. Like, I want it to sound like this, okay? Make it sound wrong.
Apropos is that, now at the end of the song, we modulate to the key of F major, in which C does naturally occur. The line where the sky meets the sea.
So the key changes to make it fit.
It calls me. All right, so now the C fits into this key, but it gets so much better. At the very end, she sings, one day I'll go, how far I'll go. And then we get to C again with this new harmony. And what happens then? Then the harmony shifts underneath while she's holding that C. And we change keys to C major, where C is do, C is the tonic. Also for funsies, where...
What? All right, so he's about to ask, where is Moana trying to go? To the...
C.
Right? Isn't that cool? Lin-Manuel Miranda. Do you think he was sitting around when he was writing How Far I'll Go, and he's like, I'm going to put it in the key of C major or I'm going to put it in the key of E because we're going to make it modulate using a flat 6 and a flat 7 and that'll get us to C major. No, he probably didn't do that. Or maybe he did. The man went to Juilliard. I don't know. He probably did build it in. But it's so cool when you can find things like that in the music. And for me, I just thought this was a great way to demonstrate why somebody would want to use a note that doesn't fall in the scale. It had a purpose in this piece. Yes, Julia?
Do you think that guy figured it out when he was watching Moana with his daughter for like the 8th time? Sitting there, it was like you were watching Bluey with your daughter and you were like composing it in your head.
Or like when I was watching Paw Patrol and we did the Paw Patrol. Yeah, he probably did. This guy has a bunch of videos. His name is Brett Bowles, the Brett Bowles. Let me see if what else we've got on him. He's got one on A Whole New World. Let's see.
The World won the Academy Award for Best Song, and I'm going to explain to you why that is. It is all about forward momentum created by musical storytelling. So, our ears on the chorus expect to land on the tonic chord.
That is super fascinating, and I'm going to go watch that later, but it is not what we're talking about right now. So, Rylan, did you get a pass to the bathroom?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. Moving on. So we got diatonic and non-diatonic. Here is our major scale. Can you all stand up, please? Now, what do you notice about the spacing of the solfege on this scale? Is it all the same or is it different? It's different. What do you notice? Somebody point out, what do you see is going on here? Yes, Ella. The do at the top is, you said different? They put a little mark to show that it's the high do. Yeah. What else is going on? Camille?
It's different based on the whole steps and half steps between each.
It's different based on the whole steps and half steps. What's bigger, a whole step or a half step? A whole step. There are whole steps between every pitch except for mi and fa and ti and do. Those are always together. Everybody sing mi, fa, mi, fa, mi. Go.
Mi fa mi fa mi.
Ti, do, ti, do, ti.
Ti do ti do ti.
Here's do. Can we sing the whole scale and show me your signs here? We need to add la, ti, do. This is la. It's like a jellyfish. Can you sing la? Ready and Good, good, good. So la, I always also like to move it up a little bit while I'm singing it because la tends to go flat. La. Then ti points up to do, that kind of diagonally. La, ti, do. Go. Excellent. Oh my God, you sound gorgeous. Do, re. Let's do the whole scale with hand signs. If you're not comfortable with your hand signs, watch me. You only have to do one hand. Ready and do, re.
Mi fa sol la si do.
Good. Then let's go from the top. Do. Ready and
Do ti la sol fa mi re do.
Good. Can you do one more thing for me? We're going to keep a tighter rhythm. A tighter beat. A little faster. Every time you get to the half steps, can you just go up here on your toes for a second? Do, re, mi, fa. So I want to go up on the note that leads. That is the first half step. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So you're going to add just a little boost to mi and ti. 1 and 2 and here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, and do, ti. Good. And actually, so fa, or sorry, so fa. Can we tune that up? Ready and so fa. Fa also wants to be flat. The symbol for a fa is a thumbs down because it always wants to go to mi. So can you think about that moving up to fa mi? Ready and fa mi. Good. So fa mi. Add energy to each one. Ready and
So fa mi.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's move on from there. So this is our additive scale. This gets us to practice every single pitch in it. Do, do, re, mi, re, do. This is if you are a hand sign ninja, you can do your hand signs here. If you are still working on it, just do what you can. I like to just at least do the first and the last one when I feel like I can't go fast enough to do all of them. So do, re, do, 2, and ready, here we go.
Do, re, mi, re, do re, mi, fa, mi, re, do.
Yeah.
Do, re, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, re, do.
Good. I'm going to stop you right there. We're getting a little timid, and we're not quite reaching the top note now. Do, re, do. So I want you to think lots of space and bring that sound forward. Do, 2, and ready, and do. Do, re, do.
Do, re, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, so.
Fa, mi, re, do. Sorry. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. I'm just going to snap. 2, and ready, and do. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Keep going. Do, re,
Mi, fa, so, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do.
Good. Question for you. As you get higher, do you need more or less space in your mouth? More. And you need to move your air faster or slower? Faster, because you got to vibrate the pitches faster to go higher. Thank you, thank you. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So you got to build energy as you go up. 1 and 2, do this column go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la,
So, fa, mi, re, do.
Good. As you're building the pitch, don't push the pitch up. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Remember that thing? Which direction does your diaphragm move while you're singing? You're trying to stop it from moving back up. So can you make one of your hands your diaphragm, pressing down against your abs that are pushing up? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. 1 and 2, and ready, and do. Do, re, mi, fa,
So, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do.
mi, re, do. Make me higher. Good. Do, ti, do. Ready, and do.
Do, ti, do, ti, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, so, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, so, fa, so, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to get into a circle, like stay on the risers, but if you're on the floor or on the first few risers, you can come down and be here in your 2 parts. So sopranos and altos. Just get a big circle. We're going to do it once together. We're going to do it once together, and then we're going to do it in a round, one after another. So everybody, and you can look at the, oh, you can't see the board anymore, can you? If you're standing right in front of the board, try to clear some space. There we go. Okay, 1 and 2, everybody, here we go.
Do, re, do, do, re, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, do.
Do that one again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol. Ready, and up. Do, re,
Mi, fa, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, do.
do, re, mi, fa,
So, la, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re,
stop there. We're just going to do the first half today. All right, sopranos start, altos follow. 1, 2, ready, and do, do,
Do, re, do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, si, la, ti, do, di, re, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Where do you start to feel like you gotta, where do you start to feel like you're backing off and you're less confident? Like the fourth one, the fifth one, the sixth one, the fifth one. I think when we get to la, something happens because you're approaching a break in your voice, and you're like, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Can everyone sing very confident with me? Sol, la, sol. Stand up, show your face, ready, and up.
Sol, la, sol.
Sol, la, ti, do. Ready, and up.
Sol, la, ti, do.
Let me do it again. Sol, la, ti, do. Ready, and up.
Sol, la, ti, do.
Good. So can we add that power and that confidence and that openness to this? Let's do it all together one more time. Do, re, do, and here we go.
Do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do.
For example, one more thing. Re is to spread. Do, re, do. If you keep that together, it's going to transition into that head voice, that upper voice, better. All right, 1 and 2 and here we go.
Do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Yeah, you got it.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Yes, you sang that upper range so lovely. Remember we talked about the cricothyroids a few classes ago? Maybe. Did we talk about your vocal cords a little bit?
Yeah.
I made like a V right here.
Uh-uh.
Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. And then we'll be done with this for today because I think the next step is building the triad. No, it's that. We'll do that in a second. Okay, your vocal cords. Yeah? You've got two things. You've got two long bands. They're called the vocal folds. They are your thyroarytenoid muscles. Say thyroarytenoid. They, to make sound, something has to vibrate, right? They slap together like thousands of times while you're talking to do this, to create different pitches, to create all of these things. On that, you also have these, your thyroarytenoid is your chest voice. The body of your vocal folds is your chest voice. Then you have these other muscles, these cricothyroids that tilt forward to make your vocal cords, folds, stretch and thin to sing higher pitches. That is where your head voice comes from. This thing tilting forward. But it doesn't work if you don't prepare for them to tilt forward when you start singing. If you start by singing everything right here in your chest voice and then you try to switch in the middle of a phrase, what happens to your voice? What do you think? You start to get some tension and you start to, a word would start with an S maybe? You start to strain your voice. Yeah? If you try to do it in the middle of the phrase. But if you breathe and prepare beforehand, it'll sail you right through. Okay, can you go back and grab a seat? We're going to go through the very last piece of this. On the staff right here, you have a staff. 5 lines and 4 spaces. We are going to write all of the diatonic notes of a major scale. So all of it, what does diatonic mean? Well, diatonic is in the scale. In the scale. Non-diatonic is not in the scale. So all the notes in the scale. So we're going to pick a random note to start on. We're going to start on this second line here. We are going to just write all these notes a step apart. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, to make this a complete piece of music, we're going to add a clef. The clef tells us what pitches we're singing. The treble clef, what is the second line of the treble clef? G. because the treble clef itself represents G. Hooray! Great. Now we need, instead of this little box telling us what do is, we need a tool that will tell us what do is. What tool do we use that we've been talking about all this time? Pepper.
With the little square, it will change the square.
Well, no, I'm saying we're not going to use that. That's for exercise. For real music, we are going to use the thing I've been talking about over and over that I've had to identify. Key signatures. Key signatures. We need a key signature. So I need somebody to tell me which one of these is the key signature for G major when G is do. You see me? Lila.
Oh wait, hold on.
Kira.
1 sharp.
It's 1 sharp. This one right here. Boom, you're correct because the last sharp is T. So we're looking for the key signature where the last sharp is the note that comes before G, which is F. So which one of these is the last sharp that you see F? The second one. It's this one. Woohoo! Hooray! And now I know what do is. It's G. I can come over to the piano. It's G. And we can sing this starting on do. 1, 2, sing with me. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah. Notice some keys have you singing higher than others. Yeah? So why is being able to write music in different keys important?
So you can write it for different voices.
So you can write it for different voices. Yeah. So the exactly. So a solo piece for tenor, I love singing there. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I love this. This is my bread and butter. I love G major. But that's me. Okay? If you're a soprano, you might also love that. But if you are an alto, you might be more comfortable with like D, maybe B flat. If you're like a real, yeah.
I think G major is like one of the more common keys, right?
It is. Well, and so you could sing in G as an alto, but you would probably want to do it here. Alright, I'm getting way off track here. But a scale will usually go either 4th above or below. So if you're an alto singing in G, you might have to go down to a D. Anyway, keys, keys, keys. Next time we're going to talk about the tonic triad, which is... oh, we're going to end with a sight reading example. Everybody up real quick. What key are we in? Somebody raise your hand. Nobody calling out. Nobody calling out. No sharps or flats. You all just tested on this, and any of you did well. I should be seeing more than 2 hands. Annalisa. C, we're in the key of C. So do is what? C. Here's do. Can we clap and speak the rhythm first? 1 and 2, and here we go. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now, if you sang it with that level of energy, do you think it's going to sound any kind of good? No. So can you speak the rhythm one more time with the energy that you need to sing it? 1 and 2 and ready. Here we go. 1, 3, 4. 1. Okay, good, great. All right, let's go ahead and take this. Lakana, would you just grab out your back? Yep, I'm gonna take that for today. Thank you so much. You can get back at the end of the day. Go to the bathroom. All right, go. Got a full 100 on me. Here you go. All right, take a look at this. Take 30 seconds to sing out loud with a friend. Then we'll look at it all together. 1, 2, ready, go. And then we'll sing ready together. 1, 2, ready, and
Do, re, mi, fa, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, la, ti, do, la, sol, fa, sol, la, mi, re, do.
good. So here's what I'm seeing. I think you're falling asleep while you're holding a note because you missed this one and this one. So you got to keep counting and reading ahead while you do this. Everybody sing for me. So, la. This should be the most powerful note in that measure. It's moving across the bar line. Ready and up.
So, la,
One more time. Ready and 2 and here we go.
so, la, ti, ti, do.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. We're going to start our winter concert music now. Hooray, hooray, hooray. So, thank you. Have a seat.